Welcome to FC Media, as we're at the art gallery today for the opening of the Residency and Artist display today, Pavel Acevedo. And we've got a great crowd here today that you're going to get to see some of the artwork that he has done, some of the artwork that has created this sensation and this group of people out here now trying to see. So we're going to get a few people over to talk to us. Stick around with us here on FC Media just to hear a few things about what's going on today. Well, we're here at the opening for Pavel Acevedo, and of course next to me is one of the main reasons we have this opening today. Jasmine McNeil. Met Jasmine when we went out to, shall we say, the vegetation area? I'm going to say horticulture, and looked at plants for Pavel's opening. I know you had a great deal to do this. What does a residency and artist mean to an art department?
An artist in residency gives the community and students and everyone involved an opportunity to really have an insider view of the practice of a particular artist, and also allows the students to sort of interact and see what goes behind the particular artist's medium and, you know, how they can get to where that artist is.
So when we look at it, now I saw you putting the display together, talking to Pavel when we were out at horticulture. So what is your role here at the art department, and where would you like to take art for the students here at Fullerton College?
That's a great question. So currently I'm the curator for the Fullerton Art Gallery, Fullerton College Art Gallery, and I'm the professor of museum studies. And I just want to bring accessibility to students to really learn what all happens in a museum, because it can feel like a very exclusive field, and it should be for everybody, since museums are for the education and prolific energy for students to be able to involve themselves in. So that's what I want. I want them to learn about the museum, have accessibility to know that they can do this as a career one day, and learn as much as they can about art.
You know, I know you brought in Pavel, and we see somebody like Tommy Cheech having a museum up in Riverside, and he does nothing but Hispanic art. When it comes to the different backgrounds of artists, no matter what color you are there certain group of people, be it Hispanic, be it African American, be it Asian artists, that are being ignored in the world of art? Or is the world of art opened up where it doesn't really matter anymore?
I think historically and even to this day, artists of color and from BIPOC communities are continuously excluded from the conversation of art, and that's why shows like this, exhibitions like this are so important, because the students, we all live a part of these communities. We're all contributing to art every single day. And so yes, historically and on the grand scheme, I think artists of color are, you know, kept out of this conversation. But more and more, I believe there are so many art people around the world that are advocating for everyone to be included. And so people like Pavel and artists like Pavel and like the team here are all interested in making that inclusive.
Well, it's because of people like you that tomorrow's world for art will expand and grow. I love having you here. I love the enthusiasm that you have. You really do have a great time. And for what you brought to this opening today, everybody should thank you very much for what you do.
Thank you so much. And it's everybody. Everybody here contributed. It is not at all just me. So thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate it.
Jasmine McNeil, if it wasn't for young women like her who have that artistic background, today's events wouldn't be happening here on FC Media. So FC Media, we're back here again. We are enjoying this debut of Pavel Acevedo. And I got Angel standing with me next to me. I figured I might as well try and find somebody who's not too much younger than me, and not being disrespectful, but Angel and I, at least we both have the gray beard, and so that puts us in the same age category.
I would say so.
So Angel, I asked you about if you were a professor here or a student, and you told me you're basically a student here.
I am a student.
Why did you come back to the world of art in your later years?
What a story.
Okay, I'm ready.
It was suggested by my psychologist because I was having problems with anxiety and depression because I had gotten hit by a forklift operator and took 3 of my vertebrae out. And so I was staying home doing nothing, and my psychologist said, you ought to join yourself a art class, get into an art class. And I said, well, I don't know, that's not me. So I told my wife about it, and she says, that's a great idea. I said, no, I don't think so. I don't really want to grade. I don't think I want to be part of it, be a student. I'm going to be the oldest one there. So I thought, no, I'm not for me. A week before school started, my wife says, you better get ready for this art class. I go, what art class? Oh, my daughter and her had gotten me into this art class. So I'm like, okay, well, let me go since I'm already there and already enrolled, and let me go check it out. Find out that I wasn't the oldest one there. My teacher was the oldest one there, and he's been teaching here since 1962. Wow. And I said, well, now this is a person I might learn something from. And have I ever? I've learned so much from him that I don't even want to go anywhere now. And I've made ceramics part of my life now. And it has brought me from a very dark place where I can now share my art and share my love for art with others, where I wasn't doing that at home, just licking my wounds and feeling sorry for myself. So that's how I got here. That's what made it.
Well, it's nice to meet you, and it's great that the world of art has helped people like yourself and myself. I mean, I've been in entertainment all my life. I understand the feelings that you may have. I hope I get to see someday a display of everything you've made so that I can come in and visit with you about what you do create.
Very good. Well, you will have that opportunity. By the end of the semester, we'll have a student art gallery display of what the students do in the classroom and the art they create. And so my art will be here. So maybe you'll have a chance to see it then.
We'll be back then, and I'll definitely look at your art, and then you and I can reminisce some more about the old days.
Very good. I would love it.
Thanks, Angel.
Nice meeting you.
Hello, folks. We just heard from Mark here at the art residency of Pavel Acevedo at the FC Hornet Art Gallery. We're here at the gallery's live print event. We have a series of interviews from all different forms of artists and instructors here, and we're going to kick it off with our buddy Jacob.
Hello, I'm Jacob Franco with KBPK, and I'm here with Riley Smith. And Riley, what brought you to this event?
Well, my dad is Todd Smith. He's a print teacher here. He teaches printmaking, and he's been working alongside Pavel to get this artist in residency up and functioning well.
That's great.
Doing a good job with it. Shout out Pavel. Shout out Todd Smith.
Yeah. What is your art history? Do you have?
I would say my art history started from a young age with just being in the print shop with my dad, being in his art studio, being exposed to all art of different mediums. And then when I got into high school, I really gravitated towards music and as well as photography. And yeah, just have a close relationship with art, definitely.
You said you took photography in high school. What was the things you most enjoyed taking pictures of?
Definitely nature scenes, like close-ups of trees and different plants to kind of obstruct the main subject and add a bit of abstraction to it. But I also like, we were talking earlier off air,
yes.
I enjoy photographing people and their lives day to day, friends and family. A main motif that I would like to take implement into my photography is taking pictures of puddles and the reflection in those puddles. I think it's, you can get some cool shots with those.
Yeah, I've definitely seen TikToks and Instagram videos of people utilizing the puddles and turning their phone upside down and
Yes.
showing the reflection.
Exactly.
It definitely brings out what nature does and how a puddle can turn something beautiful.
Exactly. Yes.
Where is a certain area you enjoy taking pictures?
Definitely in my hometown of Claremont. There's a mountain called Mount Baldy that's right above Claremont. Definitely going up there, taking pictures of the scenery up there, as well as other parks like Johnson's Pasture in Claremont. Definitely cool. But then also going into cities like LA and just try to photograph life as it is there, and just you never know where you're going to find when you go out with your
really
camera.
don't.
And it's great to we have our phones on us all the time, so there's no excuse to not take a good picture when the chance comes up.
Of course, I definitely love taking my phone out, taking pictures when I can.
Yes.
You also said music is a big part of your artistic
For sure.
life.
Definitely.
What kind of music do you like listening to?
I like listening to, most people nowadays listen to all kinds of music just because we have so much access to it, like through Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube, but definitely alternative rock, like psychedelic rock, like stuff that is a real Orange County sound, and stuff like artists like Ty Segall, The War on Drugs. Those guys rock. So yeah, but then I also enjoy world music, like drum and bass music, jazz, samba music, like all kinds. I don't shy away from trying to put new music into my portfolio, my catalog.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
An event have you been to in the past recently?
Yeah, I just saw Ty Segall play at the Wiltern in LA, and that was a really good show. But last year I also attended Desert Days, which is a music festival that just brings in a bunch of different sounding bands, and they put it on at Lake Paris up in San Bernardino County.
Okay.
So that's cool. And in high school I started playing music with a few of my buddies who were a bit older than me. They kind of got me into music, so we would just hang out and play in his garage. And now that one friend, he goes to Cal Arts, so they have a great music program. So we'll go out there and we're able to use their studio and record. So yeah.
Oh, that's great. Last question. Is there a certain music you like to listen to that maybe calms you down, mellows you down if you may be anxious or anything?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely if I'm trying to calm down or I'm feeling a bit anxious, I'll put on some jazz, some older jazz, like maybe like some Charlie Parker, or even like some Marvin Gaye. That really helps to just like chill out, definitely. Or even I really like instrumental music where it's not like where it's just I don't want to say simple, but it's just very calming music. So like instrumental, like Boards of Canada, they're a band that makes some calming music.
All right, thank you, Riley.
Thank you, Jacob. Great
For
talking
Riley
with you.
Smith, this is Jacob Franco, and this has been KBPK.
Okay, so what are you starting with here?
So right now we're charging some of our relief prints. So relief printmaking mostly works by having a matrix of some sort. We're working with wood and wood relief at this point. You have to cover the matrix in ink, so you'll have to take, in our case, a really large brayer, coat the entire plate in ink, and then charge the brayer to have that. Yeah, it had a lot.
In it. Looks pretty good.
So for the hickeys, what's the reason for moving them? Just to get a...
No, so like you get, especially since we're doing a print outside, you're having a lot of issues with dust or like different pieces. Sometimes little flakes from the wood itself that weren't fully carved off or sanded out. So when it shows up on the plate itself, you'll have these little imperfections. As you can see from the print itself, these little dots and stuff are
are what are called hickeys. So that's the little bits of dust and stuff that you're not seeing or not noticing or you don't think is like that important to check on. If it's on either the brayer or the wood itself and you ink over it, it'll, like all of those imperfections will stay on the wood and the ink won't get to that actual spot on it, on the paper.
Something like this usually take?
To do tests for it, just to like make sure.
Just to finish it.
It takes forever. Sometimes, like, I know Pavel usually carves a lot of his stuff. He can get most of his carvings done in about 4 hours after he has the image, you know. But like the biggest thing with printmaking is it's all the set. It's all like a setup art form. It's all about making sure that everything's perfect, everything's clean. You know, you could get a lucky day where you only do one test print, everything comes out good, and you go like, cool, smooth sailing. Other times it's like you're gonna be stuck with something, and then something else will bug. We weren't expecting rain for this week, so then it's like, so we spent a lot. We lost like an hour just hitting the parking lot with brooms, just trying to make sure everything is like at least dry as possible.
Is that 4 hours for each printing?
It could be, you know, it all just depends. Like, I've done series of prints to do a print set of 10, and it takes like maybe 2 hours. George, what's a print that you've done that like, what would you say like average time for like a print would be? Because it can all kind of depend.
It really does depend on how much detail you are putting into a piece. If you're doing something that's like a simple, just one layer, then it'll probably take an hour or two at most. If you're doing something that has multiple colors, then right there, that's the problem. There's more hours you have to sink into and getting just every detail right. Not to mention lining things up. It's a lot of measurement and a lot of process.
Yeah, the registration that we have set up for the paper too, like making sure that everything's registered. Because it'll shift maybe a quarter of an inch, and that'll throw the entire print off if you're doing a multicolor.
So, forgive me if this has already been asked, Joey. What are you and George doing right now with this wheel? Are you just taking off excess, or are you removing particulates from it?
Yeah, we're getting rid of particulates, yeah. That, like, as it goes, you always think that, like, there's something there where you go, like, oh, it's fine, it'll be okay, it's small enough. And then you see it on the paper and you go, like, all right, cool.
Even on that big print that we just did, you can still see small particulates, even though we thought it would probably not show up as much.
With the pressure going through it.
How did you get involved in this, and what made you decide, hey, this is what I want to do?
You want an answer for that?
Yeah, I just had a professor, and I had a high school teacher that said take a class with one of the ceramics professors here on campus. He introduced me to Todd, and I've just been loving printmaking ever since. So it was just like a happy little accident of meeting everything, finding a medium that I never thought. That has the ability to be shared, shorn, like worn, you know, like passed around, displayed very quickly and easily, and it's accessible to like most people. Like, I think that's cool. I don't have to sell a $3,000 painting. Like, I can give out T-shirts and spread my art that way. Make zines and stuff.
We're gonna let you continue. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it is our pleasure. Yeah.
We are here at the Art Gallery print event. Let's cut back to Mark to wrap things up.
Well, I guess it's about that time that I get ready to leave the art department here. I've had a wonderful time. Pavel is just surrounded by people that want to talk to him. We've already done an interview with him, so I'm going to let him enjoy the accolades that he's getting for this great opening tonight here at the Art Gallery at Fullerton College. It's been a successful night. People have come and gone. They enjoy his work. And it's an opportunity for us to get to taste different sort of artistic work that goes on in the world. It's not just all watercolors. It's not just all oil. It's not block work in the sense that this square, that square, let's tie-dye a T-shirt. It's got a meaning to everything that's done. And to have somebody like Pavel come here and be a resident and artist here at the Art Gallery and the Art Department at Fullerton College, is something that everybody needs to embrace. It's going to allow us to understand art from all over the world, and I hope he's not the last. I hope this is a continuation, semester after semester after semester, that we get to walk into everybody's world, everybody's nationality, everybody's lifestyle, that we'll get to see what art is all about. Find out the history, find out the story, find out the people, find out the artists, find out everything you can find out about art. And we've done it tonight with this opening, and we shall do it more. So we hope you enjoyed part one. This is part two. We hope you enjoyed both of them. I've been here for a second. I'm not going to be here much longer. I'm going to get out of people's way. I'm going to put my camera up and call it a day, and then I'm going to peruse with everybody else that loves the artwork. And of course, you know what? We'll come to the end of the day by just thanking you for letting us visit here with the art gallery and Pavel Acevedo and his work today here at FC Media. We'll see you later. We'll see you soon. For more programming, make sure you stay tuned to FC Media here on the campus of Fullerton College.